What is going down, people? Y'all know what time it is, man. I am pumped to have this dude on today. We tried to make some things happen, but over the weekends, we were both out here celebrating the freedom of America, and it's pumped to have this dude on today. He's a true berserker. I want y'all to say what's up to the man, Sarek Shields. What's going on, brother? PFL welterweight.
What's up, brother, man? It's good to be here. It's good to be here, brother. I'm excited.
Dude, we were chopping it up a little bit in the back about Art Guardian putting us up together too. So I want to give a huge shout out to them, man. Because I mean, I'm telling you, bro, it's so much fighting and there's so much happening every weekend. It's so hard to find guys. And bro, anytime I can find a diamond in the rough, bro, I'm always here for it. And I'm pumped to have met them through them to get to you, man.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, dude. Art Guardian, man. They're a Christian-based athletic brand, man. I'm actually wearing their shirts right now, man. Super comfortable, like everyday wear, or if you just want a comfortable shirt to work out in, I don't like the material is phenomenal. Like I wear it almost every day now. Then they're great. They're great people over there.
Bro, believe it or not, people, that was not planned. I did not know this man was wearing that. I just had to give Art Guardian a shout out. And dude, it looks amazing. I'm not gonna lie, that material looks comfortable, bro.
Dude, it is super comfortable. Super comfortable.
Bro, so shout out Art Guardian. But today, people, I'm here to know more about the man, Sarek, the Berserker Shields, man. So, bro, the first question I usually ask everybody on here, what were you doing before combat sports, bro? Did you grow up playing high school sports and like elementary? Like, what was your life before combat?
Yeah, man, I did grow up wrestling. I wasn't very good at it until high school. I started when I was pretty young, so I am grateful for that as well, because it taught me basically nothing's gonna come easy, man. Everything you want, you're gonna have to work for, and wrestling kind of drilled that into my head. Like luckily I wasn't a spoiled kid growing up, and I come from a military family. So my parents always made sure that I had to work for whatever I wanted. So, wrestling kind of just, stacked on top of that. And luckily it led me down the path that I'm on now and, into the cage.
Bro, so what did your father do in the military?
He was a Green Beret Special Forces. And then and then my mom, she was a military nurse, I believe.
Wow. Did they meet at the military?
Yes, they did.
Dude, so you're a military baby, Sarek. You were made for combat, brother.
Yeah. I'm doing 5 years myself. My brother, he's currently in the Army right now too. Yeah. Yep. I did 5 years as well.
So where's your brother stationed right now?
He was stationed in Wyoming. He did a tour in Afghanistan, and then he came home and he joined the full, what is it called, like full-time National Guard. So he's not a reserve; he's a full-time National Guard.
How old were you when you did your 5 years?
I joined when I was 19.
Oh, so 19 to 24?
Yeah.
So you were wrestling. Did you wrestle through high school as well the whole entire time?
Yeah. I wrestled in high school. I was supposed to go to college, but I was a dumb, angry kid, man. Just college. I couldn't sit in a classroom anymore. I made some mistakes. I was going down a pretty dangerous path, and I kind of needed structure and stability, so I joined the military.
So at that moment, you had no MMA fights?
No. I started training MMA in 2018.
How old were you in 2018?
24. I started MMA the last year I was in the military.
Were you thinking about anything about MMA while you were in the military or in college? Because not at all.
No.
Were you watching the sport or anything?
Oh yeah, I grew up watching MMA. I just never thought I would do it.
Yeah.
When I was in the military, I tried to go for special forces as well, and it didn't work out. And again, just that bubbling anger started coming back, and I was in the middle of deployment, and when we were over there, we got a few channels, and one of the channels was actually the like UFC highlights of the previous year, and
Oh,
they were just
damn.
they were just showing a bunch of fights, and I was like sitting in my office just pissed off, just looking at the TV, and I was like, you know what? After deployment, I'm gonna go to my first MMA gym and try it out. I think I can do that. I'm just staring at the TV, just watching these dudes get drilled in the face. I was like, all right, let's try it. And sure as shit, man, the first day back from deployment, I went to my first MMA gym, and that was a wrap. I started and I never stopped.
How much time did you have left from that moment when you told yourself, like when you're watching that fight and you're like, when I get back, I'm gonna go into MMA? How much time did you have?
I believe I had a little over a year, I believe, because I
Oh,
was only supposed to do 4. And then as
damn.
I was coming to me getting out of that 4th year, I basically like re-signed for an extra year.
Oh, I got you. Was it just for like extra benefits and stuff?
Just more time to make a plan because again, I didn't have a
Also
plan.
that. Yeah,
I
also,
didn't have
yeah,
a plan.
also that. Yeah. Hey, that was smart though. Smart, bro. Better than coming
Yeah, for
back and
sure.
then being like, I guess I'm gonna go work a blue collar job.
Yeah, man. Like, and again, I'm not a blue collar job would definitely, be good for me. Like, I'm just not
Yeah.
I can't sit in an office, man. Like, I can't sit in an office. I can't sit in a classroom. Like, I don't know if I'm just too dumb for it or my attention span or like my ADD and ADHD just kicks in. I just can't do it.
It's definitely that, bro, Sarah, because I was the same way. I dropped out of college and went to be a prison guard because I found out they were making $2,200 a month, and I was only making like $1,000 being a college student. And I was like, well, this sucks anyways. I can
Yeah.
go be a prison guard, and whatever happens, happens there. And then from there, that's kind of how I got into MMA because I was like, this is crazy. But when you get out, first day when you get back, do you immediately go to the gym, or how long does it take you to go to it?
No, first day.
Oh my God, what gym was it?
Victory MMA was my first gym.
And was that in Washington?
No, that was actually in San Diego. I was stationed in San Diego.
Oh,
Yeah.
that does make sense. Yeah, because you're already out there anyways. Get y'all's time off. Do you
Yeah.
remember what that first day was like for you, bro?
It was terrifying. Not gonna lie,
dude. It's the worst. You're so uncomfortable, like you're so out your element, bro. And then you're just in there watching it. You're like, this is crazy.
Yeah, dude. And like, when the day I walked in, there was a bunch of dudes preparing for fights. So they had a cage in the gym too. So they're in the cage like sparring, and I'm like at the front desk like trying to like set everything up. And I was like watching everyone. I was like, holy shit,
Yes,
But,
yes.
yeah. And it was crazy too because one of the fighters I actually went to. He coached me in high school. Or like little kids wrestling. Yeah, we ran into each other. I knew he was down there, but San Diego is a big place, man. And there's a lot of gyms, so like I wasn't gonna hold my breath trying to like find him or look for him. But sure as shit, the first gym I walk into, he was the first person that saw me, and he recognized me, and he walked up and he started chatting me up, and I didn't recognize him at first too, and I was like, who the hell? And he knew so much about me. Like he played football with my older brother.
Really?
He coached me in wrestling. So he knew my name. He knew where I was from and all this stuff. And I was like, do I know you? And he was like, dude, it's me. Like, it's like it's Taylor. And I was like, oh shit. Like, oh God. Like, I was like, dude, what's up, man? Like, I never thought I'd see you down here. Kind of thing.
Yeah. Shocked and also super happy to see somebody you know. Because bro, you're fish
dude,
out the
for
water.
sure. For sure. I was like after that, I was like, it was like such a sigh of relief. I was like, sweet. I know someone here. We're good to go.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, this dude's already coached me. Maybe he might just be my coach. Maybe I don't got to go find some random coach now. Because that's a lot of it too, bro. Finding a coach is like nerve-wracking.
Yeah, he cornered me in all my amateur fights and a few of my pro ones. So
how long from when you joined that day one till you have that first amateur fight?
3 months.
Oh my God. Do you remember what weight class it was at?
Yeah, I fought at 85 for most of my amateur career because the day I walked into the gym, I was like 235.
Oh, damn.
So I was like, I was pretty beefy. I was in the military and all I was doing is lifting weights.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
But naturally, I'm not like not that big. And when I say naturally, I mean I don't mean I'm taking steroids or I ever did,
Yeah.
but I just mean like my body wasn't meant to be that big. So as soon as I started training, my weight just plummeted. Like I was 235, and then like within the first month, I was already like 205.
Oh no shit.
So
So who decided for it to be at 185 for you?
well, actually, like my head coach, his name is Tony. Um, he thought I would, he thought I was gonna stay at that like weight range, but I just kept
Yeah.
dropping weight, kept dropping weight, kept dropping weight, and finally he's like, you know what, dude, you're cutting to 85 if you're losing weight this fast. And I was like, all right, okay.
Bro, how was that first weight cut for you? Because I remember mine was awful. It was so just bro science. Like, what was it like for you for your first weight cut?
Actually really wasn't that bad.
Nice,
And
nice.
I made weight relatively easily. And again, like I throughout high school, like as I started, like my skills started progressing.
Good point.
I was dropping like in high school. I walked around at like 170, and I wrestled at 152. So I was
Oh,
used,
okay.
yeah, I was used to cutting weight, but
Yeah.
and now I walk around at like 205, and I cut to 170, and I make it relatively easily.
Bro, do you remember how that first fight went for you and the nerves and the emotions you had going into that first one?
Yeah, actually, I was really nervous because I was fighting a
Dude.
pretty experienced guy. He had like 4 fights, and again, like I kind of just I rampage slammed him. He put me in a triangle, and I picked him up over my head, and I slammed him, and I knocked him out. You know,
What a first win though, man. That's
Bro,
insane.
it was just pure adrenaline, man. Because like I said, it was like
Dude.
3 months. I relied a lot on my wrestling for that one, but yeah, it was the adrenaline was crazy. Like I wasn't really like
Dude.
nervous, but like my body was shaking because I
Mhm.
knew I was about to climb into a locked cage with someone that was going to try to hurt me, and I was like, "All right, cool."
Bro, and at that point, did any of your family or friends come watch your first fight? Does anybody know you're doing it?
Yeah, my dad has never missed a fight except
Awesome.
for my last one. My mom has never missed a pro fight except for the last one.
Mhm. Weren't y'all overseas?
Uh, were we overseas?
Yeah, for that last one, or was it that late card in Nashville?
It was at Nashville card.
Okay, I got you. I got you. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just trying to think. I was like, I know you fought recently because I remember watching when Guardian Angel sent it. I was like, I
Yeah,
just watched this dude last week.
yeah, that was the Nashville fight. It was pretty cool. It was good.
So at that moment, what is your dad and your mom, your friends, like, what is everyone thinking when you're like, yo, I got a fight coming up? Are y'all gonna come watch this? Are they like, what the hell? Or are they like, yeah, let's do this?
They are now. They're like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when I first started, they were like, what the fuck are you doing?
Bro, same, same.
Yeah, man. Like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna climb in a locked cage, and I'm gonna fight people for money. And
Yeah.
my dad is like, throughout my life, he's always been the voice of reason. He's like, dude, you
Oh
don't need
man.
to do that. He's like, you don't need to do that. I was like, what's the worst that can happen? Kind of thing.
Fresh out the military too. He's like, are you sure, man? Like,
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, yeah, but as the years went on, and not to say they were always supportive, but that parents, they're worried,
dude, same.
and I'm the baby of the family. I got 2 older siblings, so
Okay, okay.
yeah. So they're like, what the fuck, man? Like,
What
no.
is your what does your brothers
And
think?
now they're like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Bro, same exact way, bro. The first 2 to 3, nobody would even really want to come. Now they're hitting me up like, when's your next one booked? I'm like, Jesus Christ, calm down. But
Yeah, exactly.
what does your brothers think?
Oh, dude, he loves it, man.
Yeah, I bet.
That dude
I
is all
bet,
for
dude.
it.
Yeah, man. Especially being in the military too, just telling people too. Yeah, my brother does MMA. He fights for the PFL.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. Had the chance to potentially walk out here with $500,000, baby. Let's go,
Yeah.
son. Bro, how many amateur fights did you have before you went pro?
What was my record? I think I was 5-1.
Oh, damn. Well,
Yeah.
how did those 5 victories come?
Uh, 2 by submission, 3 by knockout.
Oh man, so that's perfect. So you're 5-1, all 5 finishes. At some point, you're like, dude, I don't want to be 10-1 here. Like, I don't want to waste these fights. What was like? Who was it? You that wanted to make that first pro fight, and then what was the difference you noticed going pro?
Yeah, it was definitely. It was kind of crazy because I was supposed to have one more amateur fight in Vegas, but
Oh,
COVID happened.
oh, bro, no way. So you were 5-1, and then COVID hits.
Yeah.
So this is 2020. Okay.
Yeah, this is 2020, and and it happened like after weigh-ins too. So I weighed in. I cut to 170 for that one. I was the 85 champion for this promotion. So they set up this like super fight, this amateur super fight between me and the welterweight champion.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah. So, and then, after weigh-ins, I get a text message from the promoter saying, hey, Athletic Commission just called off the fight due to COVID. And at the time, like, I didn't pay attention to news and shit. So I was like, what the fuck is COVID? I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is COVID?
Especially at first, bro. At first, you're like, it's going to be like, what, a week? Maybe a couple days? We shut shit down? What are we doing this for?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't pay attention to news, nothing. So I had no idea what the hell was going on. And then after that, I was like, oh shit, okay. Apparently, we're going through another black plague, I guess. Like, Jesus.
Oh, dude. Did we?
Yeah.
And did we?
Yeah, but during COVID, I got out of the military, and then I stayed in San Diego for like 9 months.
Are you by yourself?
I was staying with some roommates. Teammates. Teammates. I had this house, and fucking just a bunch of shit happened. I'm not even gonna go into that.
Oh, I've been there. No, I've been there, brother. I've been there. I've been there, brother.
So I called my teammates, and originally I just asked them to take care of my dog because I had a dog, and I was like, hey, like, stuff's falling through. Do you think you can, take care of my dog while I figure it out? And they're like, no, you're going to live with us too. Like, we'll take you in, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I owe a big part of just surviving down there to them.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, my jiu-jitsu coach, Andy, and my teammate and basically big sister, Nadine, man, they are real ones for sure. And so I stayed on their couch for, I don't know, 9 months maybe. And then it kind of just like clicked. I was like, and I'm from Oregon. So I was like, I'm going to move back to Oregon. So I talked to him about it. I obviously thanked them for everything they've done for me. We did like secret training in people's garages because obviously the gym, shut down.
Yeah.
So, I moved back up to Oregon to one of my buddy's place. I was kind of like couch surfing because, again, I didn't have a fucking plan. So I was like, I got nothing. And then I went and visited my best friend and his wife. And, they asked me, like, where are you staying, kind of thing. And I was like,
yeah.
And they're like, well, we got an extra room, so go get your shit and you're moving in.
Dude.
And, at first I was like, no, like, you don't want me around, man. Like, because at the time, man, I was in a low point in my life, man. I was like, I was, I thought I was just like one big giant fuck up, kind of thing. And they're like, nah, go get your shit. You're moving in. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, okay. And then that buddy that I was talking about earlier, he moved back to Oregon, and we basically lived right down the street, actually. And he hit me up. He's like, hey, I heard you moved back. And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, do you want to come over? I got like a home gym. We'll hit pads. We'll roll around and, stuff like that. And I was like, all right, cool. So we've been doing that for a little bit. And then he hit me up again. And he's like, hey, man, like, I've been going to American Top Team up in Portland. I've been staying there, Monday through Thursday, and I would go home for the weekend. You want to come? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So from there, like that next week, we went to American Top Team. And then I met, Fabian Scherner, Ed Herman, all my coaches up there. And then from there, I just started training. And then after, everything kind of like calmed down with COVID, that's when they asked me, they're like, do you want to have your pro debut? And I was like, yeah, I do.
Holy shit, dude. Because people don't know, but we're not getting nothing for these amateur fights.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No way.
We're literally paying to go fight. Like, it's
crazy.
Yeah. Like, when you tell people that, they're like, well, why are you doing it? They're like, well, it's all supposed to pay off, all right? So exactly. That's why I'm doing it. It's an investment, okay?
That's exactly what it is. It's an investment. It's supposed to pay off, and we're praying to God it does.
Dude, and it's crazy how life is so, bro. I always talk about this every show I do when I hear people's stories. Life is wild, bro. People are meant to be where they're supposed to be at. Like, the fact you went, what are the odds you went over there and met your friend and their girl? What if they would have had a one-bedroom and they don't have an extra place? It's just little stuff like that I'd like, the butterfly effect of life. Like, what if you don't go over there that day? Or what if you don't go back to Oregon?
Dude, I seriously thank God every day that, he closed the doors basically that weren't supposed to be open. Like, I didn't get into special forces. I got out of the military. COVID happened, which forced me to move back home. And then when I moved back home, I met my now wife. We have our son. And, we're having our second one. He's like our little. We have a second one on the way. So like, if I got into special forces in the military, I would still be in the military. Like 100%. I would probably make it a career. And I wouldn't be fighting, that's for sure.
Bro, 100. And then what was it like training and then the fact you get to American Top Team, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could have ended up going to some random gym down the road that was close enough to you, and then who knows what even really happens, or maybe you and your buddy are kind of just still training out of the gym. You go find an elite gym like American Top Team. And one of my questions on here, bro, was about that. Like, what's that atmosphere like and like just training over there like for you?
Oh, dude, it's a gym full of killers, man. Like, dude. It's, we got, again, like, we had Ed Herman before he retired. We got Ricky Simone. We got Brent Primus, then there's me, it's a good room full of, even our amateurs, man. Our amateurs are very talented. We got up and coming pros. Like, like, they're full of dogs, bro. They got that dog in for sure.
Yes, bro. It just elevates everybody in the room, man. And kind of bring it back to your first professional fight. Did you fight all your pro fights at LFA?
No, I had my pro debut with a local event. And
How did
then
the first one go, by the way, your first pro debut at a local event?
I beat him by unanimous decision. I did
so good.
Yeah, I did let the nerves get to me on that one, because apparently, like, the guy I was fighting was like a black belt, and at the time I was still either just a blue or purple belt, and so I was like, oh, yeah. So I come on, yeah, there we go. But so I was just like, oh crap, kind of thing. So the nerves were there for that one for sure. Mm-hmm. And then my second fight, I had a King of the Cage, and then my third fight, I finally got that LFA opportunity.
Bro, what was it like for fighting for LFA, man, and being on like UFC Fight Pass? Like, at that point, the dream's gotta feel like it's becoming a real thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, it was hands down the biggest promotion I fought for. Mm-hmm. And like, they make it super professional, they make it super real, and it's like, it was an awesome experience. And even being in that cage, man, with those big lights, big crowd, bro. It was awesome.
A legit announcer, there's a camera in your face, like it's it's kind of getting you in that mode, like, dude, this is kind of it, like, this is kind of where I wanted to be. I'm like, I just need one more step up.
Yeah, exactly.
And because for us out here in Texas, Fury FC, I don't know if you heard of Fury FC. That's like our LFA. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, if we, like, that's our dream, not our dream, but like, it's a nice step up to make the dream a reality of being like, dude, if I can get to LFA, I can get on cameras, UFC Fight Pass. It's a different promotion too. Like, you feel like at the weigh-ins, you feel it all, bro. Like, the walkout's gotta feel different for you.
Hands down. I've heard really good things about Fury FC. A lot of talented guys come out of Fury FC. So
Joshua Van came out of there. Adrian Yanez, Randy Costa. I mean, it's Zachary Reese. Like, there's a bunch of killers coming out of there, bro.
Yeah.
Um,
So
bro, where did you get the nickname the Berserker from, and how long into your career did you get it?
my dad gave it to me actually.
That's awesome. What fight did you come? Have you been the Berserker since the first amateur fight?
Pretty much like after, yeah, after uh after I got my first win, uh my dad is like, dude, you go in there and like you just you're just crazy. Like because again, like when amateur fights, man, like I didn't like everything kind of happened so fast, and I was obviously
Yeah,
still learning the ropes and stuff like that, more technical stuff, and all this good stuff that I needed to learn. But when I got into the cage, man, I just went forward. I didn't care.
dude,
I didn't care,
dude.
and I would just throw punches and punches, go for my takedown, and just ragdoll people. My dad's like Berserker.
Bro, it fits your style perfect though. Like because the nickname when I saw some of your fights, I was like, I get it now. It 100% makes sense. And I looked up some of the amateur ones, bro.
Yeah.
You're kind of forgetting about all the technique and everything you're training, bro, when you get in there. Like it's weird how that happens. Like now you're experienced and now you can manage to stay calm in these situations. You know how to set up things. But bro, when you first step in there after even doing like 6 weeks of training for it, you just go balls to the wall. You don't even know what you're doing. You're not even listening to what the coaches are saying.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Oh yeah.
crazy how you just evolve with that, and like to the point to where you're at now, where you can fight at a stage like PFL, and just it is what it is. I'm on ESPN Plus, no big deal. I'm just gonna go ahead and get throwing into this. I'm throwing in the tournament now, and that's kind of what I wanted to ask you too, Zach. Like, or I said Zach. I'm sorry, Sarek. How did the PFL opportunity happen, bro?
Well, I'm actually not in the tournament though. I'm
Oh, you're
just what
not in
they
the
call.
tournament?
No, I'm just I'm what they call a showcase fight, basically just like to fill the card. And then if they
Oh,
like
got you.
me, yeah, they keep bringing me back if they like me. But the way that PFL opportunity came, I was actually training to fight in the LFA.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 4 weeks out for that fight, and then my manager got a call saying
Mm-hmm.
someone in the tournament fell out, so
Mm-hmm.
they bumped someone else into the tournament, and they needed someone to take that guy's place.
Oh,
So
damn.
they asked if I was ready, and obviously my manager's like, hell yeah, he's ready. But it was two weeks sooner, and it was in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
which it was great. I loved it. It was awesome. But the day of weigh-ins, I find out that I'm not fighting
Oh
because
no.
yeah. So what happened was someone else in the tournament missed weight, and
Yeah.
they bumped my opponent into the tournament for his replacement.
Yeah.
So I'm just
I
sitting
could have
there
just
like,
called you on short notice to replace for him.
yeah. So I was like, all right, I'll just sit here.
So
So
what happens that night? Like, do you get anything for it? Like, do they compensate you like for at least showing up for it or?
oh yeah, hell yeah, they compensated
Oh,
me,
okay.
and
Oh,
then
okay.
I got tickets. I got to watch the show with my coach,
Yeah.
and
Travel
it
to
was cool.
Florida.
Yeah.
Went across the world. How long was that flight from Oregon to Florida?
Was it a direct flight to Florida? I believe it was like 6 or 7 hours, something like that.
Ooh, okay, that's not that bad. But well, you're also cutting weight too, so you're just up. You're kind of irritated. Any little
Yeah,
thing's pissing you off. Being in an airplane for 6 hours is just aggravating.
yeah, and the fact that I hate flying. I hate flying.
Dude, Sarek, I swear to God, I have like drove to Louisiana for fights because I'll rather do a 3.5 hour drive than an hour plane ride any day. I don't
Oh
care.
hell yeah, I hate flying.
Dude,
I hate it.
it's like just the whole process of it's terrible to me, man.
Oh yeah,
What was
no,
so after you get that fight canceled, bro? How long after that do you make that debut you had a couple weeks ago in Nashville?
a month.
Damn. So you go back to Oregon, and do they hit you up and they go, "Hey, man, now we need you on this card," or is it short
Yeah,
notice still, like you 2 weeks?
yeah. Pretty much. They after I got home, we got the call saying hey, well, you know, we're gonna bring you back from Nashville, and I was my opponent changed for that one too. Like you know, they sent me this guy, and I was like, yeah, I'll fight him. And then they changed it to the guy I was actually originally supposed to fight, Joseph Luciano, who I ended up fighting. So I was like, yeah, all right, cool, whatever. Like, I'll be there.
What was that week like for you, bro? Because I mean, you go from LFA to PFL, it's kind of a crazy jump too. So like, and the whole spectrum of it, the whole promotion's different. So when you go up to that level, bro, and you're in Tennessee for that week, do you remember kind of what that? If you don't, you necessarily don't got to do the whole week if you can't, but like the day or a couple days out into the fight, what like was going through your head and the emotions, and then getting the victory, bro. I mean, that's amazing.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean the week, you know, they fly me out a week early, and then
That's nice.
yeah, it's basically just like, you know, social media training, you know, photo shoots, and you know, all that good stuff. And really, it's like it's not really that bad. I'm a pretty calm dude now, at least. Yeah. But yeah, like it's not really anything like, you know, too like outrageous, you know, especially for me. Like I'm sure if I was like, you know, the main event, they would be like, you need to be here, 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 here for that, here for this, you know, kind of stuff like that. But like for me, like where I was on the card, they're like, all right, you got social media training, photo shoots, and then, you know, a couple other things, and then you're good to go. You're free. And I was like, all right, cool. Basically.
Oh, damn.
So
would y'all just hang out during the week and explore in Nashville?
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's beautiful though. Hey, paid work vacation, some would call that.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Like,
You know
you
what I'm
know,
saying?
yeah, me and my wife, we walked the strip for a little
Oh,
bit, you know,
that's
dude.
cool, man.
Yeah, dude, Nashville's like a mini Vegas, only like country style.
Dude, I went out
It's
there 2
crazy.
years ago for one of my friend's weddings, and I could not believe how crazy it was. Like I
Yeah,
was, like you said, bro. I literally what I was saying. I was like, bro, this place is wild.
yeah,
I like,
it is wild.
dude, and it's all night too. Like you said, it's 4 a.m. and they're looking at where's the next spot, and you're like, I'm going there.
Dude, yeah, yeah. Like
You
after the
psycho.
fight, like me and my wife, like, you know, we went back to the hotel, I changed, and then then we went out with it. Like we didn't get out until like maybe 11:30 p.m. And I was like, why are there so many people still out? Like, holy shit, like the streets were packed, the bars were packed. I was like, God damn, man. Like, you
Yeah,
people are
bro.
crazy.
Yeah, bro. Dude, where'd y'all fight at in Nashville? What arena?
Oh shit. Uh
Was it in
yeah,
like a was it like a what, like was it a big venue?
yeah, it was pretty big. It was pretty big. It was bigger
So
than the
what
one in
was
Florida, that's for sure.
Oh, damn, what was that like walking out to that and kind of seeing it? Is at that moment, are you taking it in or are the nerves kind of still there? Because I feel like you're so experienced now, man. And by that point, the nerves are there no matter what, but you're more able to handle it.
No, I'm normally just blocking that shit out. Like,
See, I need to be like that, Sarek. Fuck.
yeah, I've gotten to the point where like I can block out all the noise, all the distractions, you know. I can focus on my coach's voice, and that's it. Like I don't give a shit about everything else.
You think that just comes down to experience, bro? Is there anything like you
And
can maybe give me on that's just I do this, man. This helped me out.
and that, like, you can do it in training as well, for sure. Like you like you know, loud music or like any other like sort of like distractions around you, especially like while you're sparring. But you know, have your coach there coaching you, and you know, just really like paying attention to what he's saying. Like ignore everything going around you, like nothing else matters, and then treat it like an actual fight. Like obviously don't try to hurt your sparring partner, but like,
Yeah.
you know, for like when it comes to like the distractions and, you know, the needing to focus, treat it like a real fight. And of course, um the uh the experience as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like the
bro.
experience really helped a lot.
Yeah, I think that's and just being active, huh?
Yeah,
Just
100%.
getting in there more, getting because sometimes, man, I'll go 6 months and I get in there, man, and just like that smell. Like when you walk in there, man, there's a certain smell that makes you feel different about it. Like you're seeing,
Oh yeah.
and then when you get in the locker room, bro, and it's just like,
Yeah.
damn it, somebody pull a fire alarm. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like,
You're just like, somebody make something happen.
yeah, everything like that never changes. The smell, the feeling, it never changes. Like when you're in the back, like warming up kind of thing, and you're kind of just like looking at the ceiling or looking at the walls, and you're like, I'm about to climb into a cage with another human being, and we're about to go at it. Like,
Yes, dude.
yeah, that feeling just never changes.
And you know, it's in the amateurs, man. It's kind of ghetto. There's the dude you're fighting in pads right next to you, and you're like, "What is happening right now, man?" You know what I'm saying,
yeah, dude. You're like, what the fuck?
Yes, dude. Like it's so ghetto sometimes. You're walking out there to barbecue. People are bringing their own chairs. You're like, "What is the hell? Where are we? We're at a Mexican Spanish hall."
Yeah, we're like in a fucking parking lot somewhere. Like, what the
Yes,
hell is
bro.
happening?
Yes, bro. We're not even having walkout songs. These dudes don't even afford speakers. We're just walking out sometimes, bro. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The judges is the promoter. It's one judge, and you're like,
Oh
what?
yeah, dude. You're like,
It's
I
wild,
think
bro.
you won.
Yeah, the announcer's just some dude. They were like, "Who wants to come announce for a free beer tonight?" And he's like, "I'm here." You know what I mean? Who wants to beat Bruce Buffer tonight? And they're like, "You throw me a couple Mickeys, and I got you, brother."
I got you, bro.
Yeah, sign me up, son. That's what we're dealing with out here, bro. It's tough.
Oh god,
It's tough. I need to
that's
get to the
awesome.
PFLs too.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
I got a couple more questions for you, bro. I already kept you here for 40 minutes. I appreciate your time, man. Like super
Oh,
grateful.
you're good, brother. Of course, of course.
Bro, what has been some of your favorite places to fight at?
Some of my favorite places. Damn. All right. I would have to say, Vegas was cool.
Yeah,
You know, just the energy. I mean, I'm not a Vegas person. I actually hate Vegas, but like the energy it brought in, like that was really cool. And probably Nashville. Honestly, like Nashville was a really cool spot. Like it was really cool, especially like going out after the fights. It was really cool. And then probably like I've had a few at Lincoln City that were really cool too. Lincoln City on the coast here in Oregon. Like it was pretty cool.
Sick.
Yeah.
Do any of your friends still come to your fights now?
Yeah. Like if it's local, most of my friends come. Yeah.
Do you have more nerves when your family and friends are there, or do you prefer it?
It's kind of like either or. Like I don't feel one way about it really.
Yeah,
Like
because
again,
honestly,
like I said, like as soon as they tell me I'm about to walk off, everything just shuts off, and
yeah, I completely understand on that. Because I tell my family and them that they're like, "Did we make you nervous when we're there?" And I'm like, "Y'all are the last thing I'm fucking thinking about."
Yeah,
Like, not to sound
exactly.
mean, but I don't even know. I don't even see y'all till after the
Yeah,
so half the
exactly.
time I don't even know who's there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't care if you made it to seats. I don't care if you made it in the event.
I don't care.
Like the day of my fight, my phone is off. It's in my bag, and I'm like,
dude. 100. I used to do the thing like posting on the way there, hitting people up like as I'm there, and then I was like, this is too fucking much. So
dude.
I'm with that now, bro. It's too much, bro. Like it's
way too much.
Bro, it was bro, it messes your nerves up. A couple questions I got left for you too, Zach. Would you rather fight on the Dana White Contender Series or the Ultimate Fighter?
If I'm being honest.
Yeah, if they let you pick.
I would probably pick the Contender Series because, for one, again, I'm a pretty big boy. I walk around at 205, so making weight 2 to 3 times in 1 month would really suck.
Bro. And then having to go to war and then 2 weeks later be like, fuck, this could be another war.
It's like, all right, we're doing it again.
Yes, dude. And then you're training 6 days a week, twice. I mean, you're living that gladiator life and you're eating premium food, but you're also sleeping with a bunch of random dudes who also you're going to fight for about
Yeah.
6 weeks, bro, with no TV, no distractions. You're just sitting there having to make conversation, and then you got cameras in your face all day.
Yeah. And again, like I'm a pretty like socially awkward dude too, and like all like, and again, nothing against Ultimate Fighter, man. It's just like
Yeah,
being there. It'd be like living in a freaking frat house, and
dude.
like a bunch of like testosterone, alpha males, like trying to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
assert their dominance. I'd be like, nah, no, like I
yeah.
would do
People
it
abuse.
if the
Yeah.
opportunity arose, but like if I had a choice.
Yeah. Because I asked this to everybody, bro, and everybody says Dana White Contender Series.
Yeah.
Everybody, like it's the same exact bro. I can go in there and have an impressive performance, and I'm good, done. Don't gotta do none of the bullshit behind it. I don't gotta do this reality TV shit. There are positives. People can kind of build your story and they follow you out through 6 weeks, but I don't know, man. If it was up to me as well, bro, like if Dana was like, Sterling, we're gonna fucking hook you up, man. We're gonna let you choose. Put me on Tuesday nights all day.
Hell yeah.
For
All
one
day.
fight, too, like you said, bro, give me 4 weeks out. I just gotta do one fight and get this done. Let's ride. Let's see what happens here.
100%.
What has been your favorite walkout song, bro?
My whole, what is it? Yeah, I think I've only had one different song, but for most of my fights, I've had only one song, and it's called Dringer of Ragnarok by Peyton Parrish.
Bro, you're such a Viking, Sarek. You're such a Viking. You got Viking in your blood, brother.
I do.
That was another question I had too. I was gonna say, like, bro, do you have any inheritance or anything? Because when I saw on your Valhalla thing and I was scrolling through your things, I was like, bro, this dude could be a Renaissance Festival Viking, and it would fit perfect. No questions asked.
Yeah, my mom did that like 23andMe thing, and she came out like 80% like Scandinavian. So
Oh my god,
I'm a big chunk of Scandinavian on my mom's side.
dude, your people pulled up on boats and killed people with axes, dog, for land. That's where you come from, brother. You know what I'm saying? They pulled up
Yeah,
on boats, floated across the ocean for 2 weeks, and then pulled up like, y'all ready to go to war? And then we're like, what are
yeah,
we going
pretty
to war
much.
for? Because we want that piece of dirt that they're on, and they don't need it.
They
It's
don't
in your
need it,
blood, brother.
and we
It's in your
want
blood. Yes, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take over, not take part, man. Let's go.
exactly.
But Sarek, my last question for you, bro. Overall, man, is there anybody you want to shout out that's helped you? We've already kind of touched up on them, but is there anybody, bro, that we haven't said in today that you want to give a shout out to? And just, is there anything you want to say to the people where they can find you, anything you got upcoming? And I just really appreciate your time today, bro.
No, I appreciate you having me, brother. Yeah. Like I said, man, just, all my family and friends, man, the ones that have helped me out through my journey, just, especially like the ones who have really helped me in like low points, like my teammates, Andy and Nadine, love you guys. And then, like, again, like my best friend, Zach, his wife, Harley, those guys really, when it comes down to it, man, they pulled me out of a hole when I thought I would never get out. And then obviously my wife, I can't even count the times of how many times, I wanted to just stop and just, like move on, do something else. And she's like, no, you're not quitting. No way. So I thank her a lot. And of course, just all the love and support I get from, my teammates at the gym, my other friends, who they may not do this, but they understand it, and dude, I got, like, I say I don't have a lot of friends, but I do. I have an army behind me, man. And, the support I get from them is incredible. And I can't thank any of them enough for, what they do for me.
Bro, I'm telling you, dog, I truly think everything works out for a reason, bro. I thank you where you're supposed to be today. Super grateful to have met you, man, and to hear your story, Sarek. Like, that's why I do this, man. Like, I truly just want to hear any advice I can from people, and I just love hearing stories like this. And to where you started, bro, as a 19-year-old going to the military, who didn't end up getting into special forces, who ended up fighting at a gym in Victory where you met your coach, ended up moving in with your roommates halfway through. You go back to Oregon, COVID happens, you keep pushing through, you end up at LFA, go on a crazy run. You're at PFL now. Like, you're truly living the dream, bro. And you're still in your prime, brother. You're still in your prime.
Hell yeah, brother. Not just turned 30, man. Not
Come on.
we ain't stopping anytime soon, bro. We ain't
Come
stopping.
on, man. People, y'all got to tune into my boy. It's been scrolling by this whole entire time. If you're wondering where to find him at, it's right there, people. Follow my boy, Sarek, the Berserker Shields, at S_Shields_S. Come on, people. And tune into what he's got going on in PFL. Look out for this man, people. Look out for this man. Maybe even on Dana White Contender Series one day. Sarek, you're the man, brother. Thank you so much for everything today, man.
Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you having me, man. Much love, brother. Thank you so much.
Much love.